It's been said that Bigfoot exhibits nocturnal behavior, perhaps to hunt or to avoid detection.
The recent release of chilling Bigfoot photos by the US government has reignited debates about the legendary creature's existence. Dynamic hosts Ryan Willis and Joel Dorman of Yeti College have shared spine-tingling encounters, including a towering 11-foot figure spotted near Owen Sound. Their relentless pursuit of the truth continues. Number 15. Josh Highcliff's Mississippi Bigfoot Encounter. The meeting of what Josh Highcliff believes to be Bigfoot has captured the imagination of both advocates and critics of the Mississippi's rich woods. His story begins on a bright fall afternoon on a lone hunting trip in the remote backlands near Tishomingo State Park. Expert outdoor man and enthusiastic hunter Highcliff had gone far into the forest hunting deer when he came upon something strange. Highcliff walked silently across the underbrush, and he heard an odd rustle ahead. His senses intensified, and he walked slowly, thinking it might be a deer or another tiny animal. His next encounter stopped him in surprise and incredulity. Among the dense undergrowth, standing no more than 30 yards away, was a towering figure that fit the standard Bigfoot description. Bipedal, dark fur-covered, and built solidly. Shock drove Highcliff still, his eyes locked on the keen eyes of the beast. He evaluated its height to be well over 7 feet with broad shoulders and a powerful posture. Seeing him for what seemed like an eternity, the monster appeared unconcerned by his presence and turned rapidly into the thick undergrowth. Shaken but resolute, Highcliff left the scene, his thoughts whirling with the weight of what he had just seen. Knowing the skepticism and condemnation such accusations sometimes generate, Highcliff struggled with whether to bring up his event when he returned home. Driven by a need for answers and a sense of responsibility to fellow fans, he at last decided to tell his story publicly. Like wildfire, word of Highcliff's meeting quickly spread via local and online venues dedicated to cryptozoology and Bigfoot research. While some disregarded his story as a trick of the light or misidentification of wildlife, others backed him, citing his reputation as a competent witness and his knowledge of the local terrain. Highcliff collaborated with experts and investigators seeking to validate his testimony in the next months. Driven by GPS data and landmarks he had diligently noted on his previous journey, he went back to the site of his contact. Though great effort was spent on it, physical evidence like hair samples or footprints disappeared, upsetting Highcliff and Tho, searching for unambiguous confirmation of the Bigfoot's presence. Number 14. Minnesota. Bigfoot Encounter. A party of daring hunters found themselves in an unexpected scenario in a peaceful setting near the picturesque village of Beijing. It was October, a month when nature painted the landscape in vivid shades of gold, red, and amber. The gang was deep into their journey, taking in the grandeur of the surroundings, when they came across what they said was Bigfoot. The hunters reported their unusual encounter to the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization, describing a creature that was both awe-inspiring and dangerous. According to their testimony, the figure stood tall and had a striking likeness to the famed Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, albeit completely covered in thick, dark hair. Its massive height, estimated to be between 8 and 10 feet, made it tower over anything in its path. As the creature rose erect, the hunters were stunned by its eerie similarity to an ape, blurring the distinction between man and beast. However, before they could photograph this elusive creature, it vanished into the depths of the nearby woods, leaving them startled and desperate for answers. Number 13. Rick Jacobs. Pennsylvania Bigfoot Photo. In 2007, Rick Jacobs's images from Pennsylvania's Allegheny National Forest ignited controversy concerning Bigfoot's existence. The photographs, shot with a motion-activated camera, depicted an unusual hairy creature with long, dark fur, an elongated body, and human-like limbs. The creature's attitude and size were contested, with some claiming it was a Sasquatch and others believing it was a bear suffering from mange. The Pennsylvania Bigfoot Society and other cryptozoology organizations looked into the Bigfoot claim, noting that the figure in Jacobs' photos did not fit the typical profile of local animals. Critics contended that the cloudy and imprecise nature of the photos made drawing firm conclusions difficult. Despite the controversy, the images are still an essential piece of evidence in the Bigfoot argument. They have been the subject of several media reports, expert analyses, and documentary discussions. The mystery surrounding the creature depicted in these photographs adds to people's interest in Bigfoot, and the assumption that it can be located in North America's distant forests. Because of its deep trees and vast, unexplored areas, the Allegheny National Forest remains a popular destination for Bigfoot fans and researchers. With technical improvements, there is still hope that more definitive evidence may be uncovered, shedding light on one of North America's earliest stories. The tale of Rick Jacobs's photographs serves as a reminder of the wide, unexplored territory that still contains many unanswered questions, regardless of one's level of faith. Number 12. Helicopter hunts Bigfoot. When the interesting video Bigfoot Hunted by Helicopter appeared on YouTube on February 17, 2011, it immediately attracted the interest of both enthusiasts and doubters. The video, which was shot in an unnamed and distant place, opens with what appears to be a typical scene: a mother, father, and their kids target shooting. The quiet of their playtime is broken by the continuous hum of a helicopter passing overhead. The family initially writes off the aircraft as being only interested in their target practice. However, after seeing the video later, their initial disbelief is replaced with shock. A big, elusive figure can be seen on the video racing through the dark woodland, with moves that suggest a remarkable level of speed and agility. The figure is eerily similar to the fabled Bigfoot, popularly known as Sasquatch, a creature that has been the focus of sighting reports and folklore in North American woodlands for many years. Bigfoot sightings typically accompany mysterious footprints, unusual vocalizations, and fleeting views in far-off areas. Hence, this film is very fascinating. The family surmises that Bigfoot hunters may have been the ones piloting the chopper. This argument makes sense because helicopters are often used in search operations to swiftly cover vast forested areas in pursuit of elusive creatures like Bigfoot. A young child is also seen in the movie honing his shooting technique, first with a .22 caliber rifle, and subsequently with a more potent shotgun. A shadowy figure suddenly appears and moves quickly through the trees, providing suspense and a spooky quality to the footage right after the shotgun is fired. The monster can be seen changing its gait in the last seconds of the film, going from walking on 2 legs to 4 legs, a behavior that is frequently mentioned in reports of Bigfoot encounters. The mystery surrounding the creature's existence is further compounded by the fact that witnesses usually mention how quickly it may transition between different poses. The helicopter's continuous drone throughout the video gets louder as the figure gets closer to the camera, raising the possibility that the noise and the creature's movements are related. If this link is validated, it may offer fresh perspectives on Bigfoot's evasive behavior and the techniques employed in its pursuit. Number 11. The Minerva Monster. The 1978 Minerva Monster incident in Ohio, which involved a small family, has sparked widespread interest in cryptozoology. The family came across a gigantic, hairy creature that they later identified as Bigfoot-like, which began to act strangely, such as tossing stones at their home. The family's concern was heightened when they noticed gigantic footprints in their lawn. Because of the volume of witness testimony, the tale drew public and media attention, resulting in a developing buzz both locally and internationally. The case was dubbed the Minerva Monster because of the impact and curiosity it produced. Former Stark County Sheriff Jim Shannon openly backed the family's assertions, adding legitimacy to the account. The Minerva Monster case is a watershed moment in cryptozoology history, revealing how a single unusual encounter can capture a populace and attract media attention. Following the initial encounters, professional and amateur researchers conducted investigations using surveillance equipment and eyewitness accounts, and scoured the area for proof. While some researchers claim to have discovered additional evidence, including as hair samples and strange noises in the woods, definitive confirmation remained difficult. Despite a lack of definitive proof, the Minerva Monster case continues to attract and split enthusiasts and professionals, with multiple books, documentaries, and television series delving into various parts of the sightings and offering theories for the creature's existence. Number 10. Blue Mountain Bigfoot. Encounter Bigfoot is rumored to reside in the Blue Mountains, which are near the boundary between Oregon and Washington. Paul Freeman and his son found what is considered to be some of the most convincing Bigfoot evidence in 1994. As a former employee of the U.S. Forest Service, Freeman was no stranger to the great outdoors. Years ago, after a prior report and the discovery of massive, unidentifiable footprints in the area, he became interested in Bigfoot. He ventured further into the forests with a video camera and casting tools to gather more evidence. In October, Freeman and his son were hiking a far-off track when they noticed strange footprints. The prints seemed fresh, bigger than a human's, and with a distinctive pattern of skin ridges. Following the trails, they came and saw a large, hairy figure coming out of the undergrowth. With lightning speed, Freeman lifted his camera to get a picture of the beast ambling through the forest. The bipedal figure in the Freeman footage film has a distinctive gait, dark fur, and a physical look that suggests it is not a human costume. The beast gave Freeman and his son a glance before scuttling back into the thick forest. Over several days, Freeman carefully documented the location by taking hair samples and casting footprints. The intricacy of the 14 to 17-inch footprints, which had dermal ridges, a skin pattern found on ape soles, astonished experts. The scientific community and media paid close attention to the Freeman footage and related research. Dr. Grover Krantz examined the prints and video. He is an anthropology and supporter of Bigfoot research. He concluded that the imprints were consistent with a large, unidentified species of ape. The cryptozoological community considers the footage to be among the most convincing pieces of evidence for Bigfoot, despite some people doubting its veracity. Freeman's statements that the Blue Mountain encounter was a turning point in the Bigfoot investigation were supported by his meticulous documentation and his credibility as an experienced outdoorsman. Number 9. Lake James Bigfoot sighting. The Lake James Bigfoot sighting in North Carolina, reported by the local research group Bigfoot 911, is an intriguing and highly discussed story in the realm of cryptozoology. The narrative begins on a tranquil evening when Bigfoot 911, a group known for investigating odd sightings, set out on one of their monthly outings near the gorgeous Lake James State Park. This group of experienced researchers and enthusiasts chose this distant location because of its history of weird and inexplicable behavior. As darkness fell over the tranquil lake and lush forest, the group's patience paid off with an unforgettable experience. While performing surveillance and audio recordings, they noticed a huge, erect figure moving discreetly through the underbrush at the forest's edge. The monster, estimated to be over 7 feet tall, was covered in thick, matted fur and had a muscular frame, similar to the descriptions commonly associated with Bigfoot. Despite their surprise at the unexpected appearance, the team stayed collected and promptly attempted to film the event. Using night vision technology and portable cameras, they were able to catch views of the strange creature. The atmosphere was packed with a mix of excitement and tension as they attentively examined the being in its natural setting. The event's frightening character was heightened by the peculiar sounds heard during the encounter, deep growls and hoots that echoed throughout the night. These strange vocalizations convinced the team that they were seeing something out of the norm, reinforcing their idea that they had encountered the legendary Sasquatch. The creature's behavior was cautious and curious, indicating that it was aware of its surroundings and human observers. Following the incident, Bigfoot 911 thoroughly examined their footage and audio recordings, looking for incontrovertible evidence to back up their claims. The research group's discoveries generated widespread attention, not only among Bigfoot aficionados, but also in the larger cryptozoology community. Number 8. Wisconsin Yeti Encounter. The Wisconsin Yeti Encounter, a weird and terrifying event, has reignited debates concerning cryptids and their existence. Yetis, also known as Bigfoot or Sasquatch, are mythical ape-like monsters who live in distant, cold areas. This rural area in northern Wisconsin, famed for its harsh winters and vast woodlands, is a great habitat for these secretive critters. A party of experienced hunters set out on a hunting expedition on a chilly winter night. And while going through the snow-covered countryside, they came across a big humanoid, standing over 7 feet tall with thick white fur. The sighting left an unforgettable effect on everyone who saw it. The hunters, initially surprised and bewildered, gathered themselves and carefully studied the animal, discovering its tracks deep and distinct in the snow, presenting conclusive evidence that it had died. Their testimony, bolstered by their experience as outdoor enthusiasts, sparked both intrigue and skepticism among the cryptos. Number 7. The Marble Mountain Bigfoot sighting. The Northern California Marble Mountains are home to beautiful scenery and dense forests. A group of teenage campers led by seasoned outdoorsman Jim Millis set out on an adventure in 2001 that produced one of the most fascinating Bigfoot experiences in recent memory. Eager to explore the woods, the group set up camp close to a far-off trailhead. During their expedition's second day, a camper spotted an odd figure far out on a ridge. Using binoculars, they were able to examine it more closely and saw that it was a completely different animal from what they had first thought to be a bear or hiker. Standing up above the foliage, the bipedal creature had what looked like dark hair. Mills captured the monster in motion as it moved down the ridge with a video camera. The jagged video depicts a massive, straight man moving through the terrain with ease. The party became even more excited when the creature halted, clearly recognizing them, and then vanished into the shadowy forest. It wasn't the end of the sighting. The campers noticed a set of massive footprints close to their camp early the following morning. The prints, which were around 16 inches in length, were widely spaced and had a clear heel-to-heel pattern, suggesting a lengthy stride. Feeling both intrigued and worried, the crew took meticulous photos of the prints and gathered samples of hair snagged on nearby trees. Fast-moving reports of the Marble Mountain sighting caught the interest of Bigfoot enthusiasts and researchers. After analyzing the footprint casts and film footage, experts among Number 6. Bigfoot in Provo Canyon. A video named Bigfoot in Provo Canyon has gone viral online, reportedly depicting a creature resembling Bigfoot at a summit in Provo Canyon, Utah. The video rapidly went viral, gaining over 5 million views and generating global attention, putting Utah County in the spotlight. The video was submitted by a user called Beard Card, which is a lighthearted reference to the beard authorization cards required at Brigham Young University. This inside joke caused several funny misunderstandings, with national and international news agencies incorrectly referring to the uploader as Mr. Card, unable to recognize the local cultural allusion. Beard Card previously spoke with KSL.com about the viral video's backstory. He and his companions were camping near the Little Rock Canyon overlook when they spotted some deer grazing on a hillside. Their interest piqued. They decided to come closer to have a better look. However, what they discovered was completely unexpected. Initially, they imagined the thing in the distance was a black bear, but their assumptions were dashed when the creature stood straight on two legs and stared directly at them. The quick video depicts the group's shock and panic as they drop their camping gear and flee the site. The video sparked curiosity among Bigfoot enthusiasts and specialists across the country. Stephen Monk of the Georgia Bigfoot Society examined the tape and feels it could provide persuasive evidence of Bigfoot's existence. He notes that the creature's lengthy, primate-like arms, visible when it stands up, make it unlikely to be a bear. However, the video's brevity prevents further examination, leaving many concerns unresolved. Another expert, William Drangus of the Virginia Bigfoot Research Organization, believes the footage is potentially genuine. He cites the witness's genuine anxiety and the creature's unique behavior, standing on two legs and walking away, as signs that this could be a Bigfoot sighting. Drangus proposes a thorough investigation of the sighting area. He proposes checking for tangible evidence, like as hair samples, tracks, or scat, as well as installing trail cameras in the area to watch for future activity. Number 5. Reddit user. Bigfoot watchers. Reddit, a prominent platform for discussing unusual incidents and unexplained occurrences, has become a hotspot for talking about the elusive Bigfoot. One user, Bigfoot Watcher, shared an unusual Bigfoot sighting in his garden, which piqued many people's interest. Living in a remote location surrounded by dense forests, Bigfoot Watcher was always interested by the myth of Bigfoot, and has been researching numerous reports and theories regarding the creature. One evening, he observed something weird moving amid the trees and captured footage of a gigantic, strange creature walking through the woods behind his house. The monster had thick, matted hair and an erect, human-like posture. Despite feelings of fear and excitement, the individual disappeared into the deeper woods. Thousands of Reddit users rapidly posted and commented on the video, with some claiming it was genuine and could be key evidence for Bigfoot's existence. Others were doubtful, claiming the figure was an incorrect animal identification or the film was a forgery. Bigfoot watcher added background by adding that he had spent years living in the area and had previously witnessed odd tracks and noises. Despite the lack of definitive evidence, Bigfoot watcher's backyard sighting fueled the public's fascination with Bigfoot, emphasizing the attractiveness of cryptozoology and the prospect of mysteries still hidden in North American forests. Number 4. Legend sighting in New York. In 1976, a series of unusual tales surfaced along New York State's Whitehall Trail, gaining widespread attention. Witnesses included a wide range of persons, including local police officers and a New York State trooper, all claiming to have seen a tall creature resembling a big man. This figure, estimated to be between 7 and 8 feet tall, was described as completely covered in hair. The description is consistent with countless other Bigfoot sightings reported around the United States and has since become an important part of Whitehall's local history. The Bigfoot mythology in Whitehall has spread beyond eyewitness accounts. It has been ingrained in the town's culture, prompting the establishment of the annual Sasquatch Calling Festival. This one-of-a-kind event brings together Bigfoot aficionados from all around to compete in generating the most convincing Bigfoot sounds, and it draws large crowds eager to learn more about the tale. The event also includes workshops and talks on Bigfoot lore, which draw researchers, fans, and curious visitors from all over the country. Whitehall proudly displays a Bigfoot-themed statue and a tiny museum dedicated to the famous creature. Beyond New York, Bigfoot sightings have been recorded in a variety of locales around North America. For example, a sighting in Washington state in 2020 drew extensive notice, demonstrating the creature's ongoing relevance in popular culture. The Bigfoot mythology transcends time and geography, with comparable beings appearing in the folklore and historical narratives of many indigenous nations around the world. These reports frequently describe enormous, hairy, human-like beings who live in distant wilderness places. Skeptics typically claim that the absence of actual proof, such as clear images, films, or biological samples, weakens the veracity of Bigfoot sightings. Many photographs and videos are unclear or inconclusive, raising questions. However, the sheer number of eyewitness sightings, combined with ongoing research efforts, keeps the Bigfoot mystery alive. Cryptozoologists and committed investigators have spent decades investigating claimed Bigfoot tracks, hair samples, and audio recordings in search of definitive evidence. Despite the doubt, public interest in Bigfoot remains strong, fueled by festivals, sightings, and the hope of one day discovering the truth. Number 3. Bigfoot nests. During a regular expedition deep into Washington state's Olympic National Forest in 2017, a research team uncovered a discovery that piqued the interest of cryptozoologists and wildlife enthusiasts. The team stumbled upon a gigantic nest, about 8 feet in diameter, made of tangled branches, leaves, and other forest waste. The sophistication of the nest, which appeared to have been created with intellect and care, piqued the interest of those who discovered it. The Olympic Project, a well-known organization dedicated to finding proof of Bigfoot, thoroughly recorded the nest. They took extensive images, measurements, and samples of the materials for subsequent testing. The team consulted with a variety of experts, including primatologists and wildlife biologists, to identify what kind of creature could make such a complex. Dr. Jeff Meldrum, a well-known cryptozoologist and anatomy and anthropology professor, was one of the most noteworthy visitors to the site. Dr. Meldrum was startled by how much the nest resembled those built by recognized monkeys like gorillas and orangutans. However, he remarked that the size and workmanship were beyond the capabilities of any known animal species in the vicinity, prompting speculation that the nest was built by Bigfoot. Since then, the Olympic Project has discovered several more nests throughout the Olympic Peninsula. Each nest has similar characteristics. It is enormous, intricately woven, and located in distant, difficult-to-access sections of the forest. Because of their uniformity, some researchers believe that these nests could function as temporary shelters or resting places for a reclusive, intelligent monster like Bigfoot. The possibility that such constructions are linked to Bigfoot has given another element of curiosity to the ongoing search for this fabled creature. However, the Bigfoot theory remains contentious. Skeptics claim that the nests might be easily explained by natural processes, such as branches falling and piling in specific patterns, or that they are the work of humans. To dispel these misgivings, The Olympic project has deployed motion-activated cameras and other monitoring equipment around the nest locations, in the hopes of capturing definitive evidence of what is constructing these intricate nests. Number 2. Owen Sound Bigfoot Sighting. Owen Sound, Ontario, Canada has long piqued the interest of cryptozoologists and enthusiasts around the world. The area is famed for its lush forests and beautiful scenery, making it an excellent place for a monster like Bigfoot to hide. In September 2015, local James Collins reported witnessing a big, hairy, bipedal creature while hiking in Blue Water Park. The creature had dark brown hair, was 7 to 8 feet tall, and moved with agility. Collins took a video of the monster before it vanished into the foliage. The sighting drew widespread media attention, with local news outlets providing extensive coverage of the story. Cryptozoology experts reviewed the clip and discovered that the creature moved more like a human than any other animal. However, several questioned if the video depicted a misidentified bear or a person dressed in costume. Despite these disputes, the video presented compelling visual evidence that was impossible to dismiss. Researchers and enthusiasts flocked to Owen Sound in the months following the sighting, hoping to obtain a close-up look at the monster. Organized explorers searched the area with voice recorders, night vision equipment, and cameras. Despite no subsequent reports, Bigfoot researchers remained intrigued in the area. There have long been stories that numerous intriguing species can be discovered in Owen Sound's isolated and dense woodlands, since the dense foliage and quantity of caverns provide ample hiding spots. Historical evidence and indigenous legends back up the sightings in modern times. The scientific community has taken note of the Bigfoot sighting in Owen Sound, with some researchers recommending a more rigorous approach to examining such occurrences. Long-term surveillance technology monitoring could yield new insights into the existence of Bigfoot and other cryptids. The never-ending pursuit of the truth piques people's interest in Bigfoot, prompting a closer look at the natural world and its secrets. Number 1. The game camera captures Bigfoot. In late 2019, a game camera filmed something amazing in Washington state's misty, deep forests, reigniting popular interest in Bigfoot, one of the Pacific Northwest's most persistent mysteries. The narrative begins with Michael Robertson, an experienced outdoorsman and wildlife enthusiast who had strategically placed many game cameras in a remote area of the Olympic National Park. His purpose was to research local species, such as deer and elk. He positioned the cameras along well-traveled animal pathways and near watering holes, aiming to obtain clear film of the area's rich fauna. One clear fall morning, Robertson took out the memory cards from his cameras, eager to see what they had recorded. He studied the footage and discovered the normal photos of deer, raccoons, and the occasional bear. However, one set of photographs stuck out and left him speechless. The photographs, captured in the early morning hours, revealed a big bipedal figure striding through the woodland. The creature appeared to be coated in dark hair and stood about 7 to 8 feet tall with a strong frame. Its movements were fluid and methodical, unlike those of any other animal in the region. The photographs soon spread on social media, sparking a wave of excitement and controversy. Bigfoot fans praised the photographs as some of the most persuasive evidence ever, citing the creature's amazing size, erect posture, and lack of identifying clothing or equipment that could indicate a human fabrication. They contended that the figure's morphology, notably the broad shoulders and lengthy arms, was more consistent with Bigfoot accounts than with any known wildlife or a person dressed up. Skeptics were less convinced. Some speculated that the figure was a misidentified bear or a person in costume. Others questioned the authenticity of the photographs, claiming that they had been modified. Robertson, recognized for his honesty and rigorous approach to animal observation, insisted on the photograph's validity. He requested an independent study and invited numerous Bigfoot researchers to investigate the location where the photographs were taken. Among those who accepted the challenge was Dr. Jeffrey Meldrum, a well-known cryptozoologist and monkey locomotion expert. After reviewing the images and the site, Dr. Meldrum determined that the creature's anatomical traits and stride were comparable with prior reliable Bigfoot sightings. He noted that the figure's dimensions, particularly the arm length and stride, as more evidence emerges, the mystery of Bigfoot only deepens. The dedication of researchers like Willis and Dorman keeps the search alive, leaving us to wonder, what else is out there? If you found this fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment with your thoughts. Stay tuned for more incredible discoveries.